So I watched Impact by Nightline, the Skinny Confessions about the Ozempic medication, and I'm very curious to know who else watched it and what your mindset is on it. For me, I felt like it was a pretty decent show, but I don't feel like they grasp the concept of why we really take these medications. First and foremost, the story that I resonated with was with Heather Gray. Heather Gray is a housewife. She is of the Salt Lake City brand at Bravo. And she was interviewed by Deborah Roberts, and she talked about how she has been overweight her whole entire life, and nothing that she would ever do would take her weight off. Like, she would exercise like her friends would, weight wouldn't come off. She would diet like her friends would, the weight wouldn't come off. And she couldn't understand why she could not shed the pounds, and she was doing everything that she felt like her peers were doing to stay fit. She just was always the bigger girl. So I did resonate with that. And then she also talked about her struggles with filming and being in the Hollywood limelight and being criticized for her appearance. So she felt like this was like her last resort, like her last attempt at getting her weight under control. And it actually worked. And she talked about how just with her shedding 20 pounds, how she is viewed so differently to everybody. Like, she's respected in business, she's respected in film, she's respected, in her social and her personal life, just for losing the 20 pounds. And she said that it makes her sad because she just wants to be who she is. She just wants to be loved for who she is. Why does she have to be loved skinny, in other words? So that did resonate with me. And she talked about how she was blatantly called out for being overweight with one of the girls, and they showed a clip with one of her cast members saying, "Oh, she has on a corset, a Gucci corset, but it can't be real," or something like that, because Gucci doesn't make corsets in a size 14. So I was like, you bitch. So, I definitely, understood that. So I did resonate with her story. Dr. Fatima was on, who was on the show with Oprah. The doctor who is obesity, she's an obesity trained specialist, the African American lady, was on, and she was doing a lot of education, which I loved. But what I did not like was right after Dr. Fatima did her education, the Deborah Roberts went into the side effects. So, okay, here comes the fear mongering, and talked about the nausea, the fatigue, the constipation, and things of that nature. And Dr. Fatima did try to clean it up and say, you will have these type of issues. I believe she may have talked about how it is things that can be treated over the counter. I mean, she tried to clean it up. You're going to have to watch it because I don't want to misquote her. But then here comes Deborah Roberts saying that, yeah, but what about how this medication causes thyroid cancer? It causes pancreatitis. And we do know that pancreatitis can be a side effect of this medication, but we also know that it does not cause thyroid cancer. It inflates MTC, medullary thyroid cancer, if you already have it. Like, it's those things like that that really piss me off when the media don't get it right, and it just made it seem like it went into like the vanity of it all, and how this NP, she got on the medication, her and her husband, they lost weight together, their sex life is better. She has this private practice where she prescribes weight loss medicines, and she has a Pilates facility attached. And she talked about how doctors, how they talked about how the FDA does not like for us to take compounded medications because, well, not the FDA, but how doctors don't want patients to take compounded medications because it's not FDA governed. And so they did a little fear mongering with that. And they talked about how all these telehealth companies are coming out, all of these med spas are popping up everywhere, and how business is booming. So they kind of got off track, about the health part of it. And then they started getting on to the vanity part. They even interviewed a gentleman who lost over 100 pounds, and he lost his wife, like he lost his family. And I'm like, y'all, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? So there were some good parts and there were some bad parts, but I really would like to know what you guys think of, what you guys thought about it. And I want to pose the question: do you guys feel that with us taking this medication, and a lot of us are taking it for the long haul, I know that I am, that it is putting a disdain on fat culture, that we are playing into not supporting fat culture because we want to be skinny, and we are going to these high efforts to become more healthy and to become more thinner, that it is starting to shun overweight people. Do you guys feel that? Because there is a young lady who did discuss that, and that made me really raise a brow. Like, you know, are we being supportive? Are we being supportive of people who are comfortable in their bodies and are comfortable in overweight? For me, I feel like I am very supportive of them. But it did make me raise a brow. So drop down in the comments and tell me what you guys think. And if you guys have access to Hulu, go and watch it. It was a really good watch. It gave different perspectives, and there was some brow raising topics. Talk soon.